Hey, we're here. Welcome to the Solution on Tech of Opportunity. I'm Trey. That's Emily above me. And
Hi.
It's a Friday. We're here. We're going to solve some puzzles, some mysteries, all of the things. Your chat, you'll show up down here below me. You should say hi. Let us know you're here. Help us solve the puzzles because we don't have any idea what we're doing.
We're not super good at this.
Yeah, and here we are. We have notes now. Have we done this for this show? We did this once for this show, right? Yeah. So we have notes now. We have an outline for what we're going to try and accomplish during this episode. We had talked about on Solution After Dark potentially taking the show to a format where we outline the show before we start, try to come up with a reasonable body of things that we want to accomplish, and then try and accomplish them, regardless of whether it takes an hour or 2 hours. Let us know down below what you think of that. But anyway, Emily, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm super great. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Jeanette's here. Hi, Jeanette.
Hey.
Happy to see you again.
Yeah. Sorry, had a beard itch. But yeah, so without any further ado, why don't we dive into what we have going on today with Penny? What did we? Okay, we were off last week. Sorry, forgot about that. Emily, what are we doing? What's happening? Why are we where we are? Oh my God, these contacts.
So we, I think the last time we did this, we got through the vast majority of box 3, and we went through and just kind of like read all of the important correspondence that we found. There was a couple of things that we didn't get to that we're going to start with today. Okay. And then we have some puzzles to solve that I think we're going to get into and I'm very excited about. So I think we should start with this Cobra Memo.
Oh man, the ongoing mystery of the Cobra Memos. This started with Initiation. And we this is a postcard. We're going to come back to this later. Yeah, this started with Initiation, and these things are interesting. This is clearly a very old piece of paper. So we don't know if this is actually related to Penny. Do we know if this is related to Penny? What's Penny's number? Do we remember?
12279. It's the right number.
Why is it a weird looking piece of paper? Anyway, so
it looks like it was typed on a typewriter.
I know.
Like
it
looks like it's been photocopied 86,000 times too.
And then also dragged across some sort of glass surface while being copied. I don't know. Why does it have lines in it like it was in a film reel?
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a photocopy of like microfiche, so it was in a film reel? Like microfilm style copy? How old is this thing?
I mean, it's about Penny. I mean, it's clearly like up at the top. It says Cobra 76 patient 12279 Penelope Hartwell.
That's true.
But I mean, so it has to
Maritza Martinez.
Whatever time. Like,
is she dead?
Maritza?
Yeah, isn't that who? Hold up.
Oh.
Who was the one that did the Jasper Cobra Memos? It was the same person, right?
Oh, Lord. No, I don't think... Was it?
Maybe. Hold on, I'm digging it out.
I don't know.
Hang on. I'm digging it out. Stand by. Here are the Cobra Memos. Nope. Here. This one was Willa. Maritza is the... Yeah. Maritza, yep. I started to remember who Maritza was as soon as I saw Willa. Maritza's the other psychologist, not the one that is crazy. This guy, this dude.
Not the guy in the thing.
Yeah. Not that guy, but the other one. Okay. All right. So this is to Maritza Martinez. Is it from this guy? Is it this guy?
No, that's a different name.
Henry Kohler. Okay. Mrs. Martinez. Following the outset of our improved tests, we have conducted our efforts with higher efficiency to prevent another 1618 situation. We started 12279 in the Blue Room. She responded well to the accelerated deployment of elements and component manipulation. However, Proctor 34 broke protocol and commenced conversing with 12279. Proctor 34 initiated obligation beta, but neglected acquisition of true ending, and alternatively relayed information back to their commanding operating invigilator prematurely. Let's run through that word one more time together, shall we, friends? Invigilator. Yep, okay. Their commanding operating invigilator prematurely. This peculiar instruction included a demand that 12279 be given extra hours in the arts and crafts section of the recreational room. Proctor 34 has been compromised and will be terminated effective immediately. True ending has been compromised. What? Despite deviations, the outcome of Cobra 76 demonstrated potential for 12279. I am eager to note her development at various inimical conditions. I'm gonna need to look that one up. My enthusiasm is not without merit. Above all else, it is imperative that we prepare her for Cobra 100. What? We have undergone too many complications already. What? There's a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
In a very short letter, there is a lot of stuff.
Inimical means tending to obstruct or harm.
I'm eager to note her development at variance to inimical conditions.
Inimical conditions. Oof, I don't know. That's a lot of language. There's a lot of language.
Tell me what it meant again. One more time.
Tending to obstruct or harm.
I'm eager to note her development at variance to conditions designed to
tending to obstruct or harm.
Obstruct or harm her. Yeah. Interesting.
Variance to it.
They want to torture her, essentially? Or, like, put blockers in her way of some kind?
Oh.
To see how she responds? Wait a minute.
Information back to their community.
Is this like some weird social experiment where like they see how people use resources like that? Like, are we just part of an experiment? Like, is that what's happening?
I don't know. It's really weird though. I feel like the Cobra stuff that's happened so far has not happened with this kind of language. Like this is a whole...
do we want to... I left that open. It's right here. Do we want to look at our first Cobra experience?
Kind of,
because it was only these 2 letters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So our first Cobra exposure was this letter. Oh, this is Cobra 81 and 76. So we did know there was other numbers.
Yeah, it seriously seems that way, doesn't it? Like,
yeah,
it feels
but
like they're just...
It feels like, to me, it feels more manipulative than that, though. Like the way they say this, right? Like if we ignore the word inimical and like just replace it with what it means, I'm eager to note her development at variance to conditions that are designed to obstruct or harm her. Yeah. So when we put her in adverse conditions. Like that's the variant. No. Like I'm eager to note her development at variance. So like what they're watching is how she responds to situations, and they're adding variables to it.
Yeah. Okay.
They're just experimenting on her, and so like now they want to like put actual like harm or obstruction there, as opposed to whatever these tests are. Obligation beta, true ending. What is that?
True ending has been compromised.
Right, that would also be an outcome of this. I mean, so going back to the other letters, like Jasper, this was also happening to Jasper ultimately, right? And not only that, we do know that all of this is happening within Listening Friends of America, which also owns Second Chance, which is like the Penny Hartwell, like, right? So all of this is happening inside Listening Friends of America. We have the map. Like, I didn't pull up the map yet, but we have that map of all the weird crap. And so, like, you're welcome. So here's the first exposure we had to the Cobra situation in the initiation boxes. This is a fun aspect of this show, is tying all of these, like, overworking. I didn't think about that until we started doing it just now. Anyway, this is an accident. Welcome. We don't know what we're doing. Anyway, so this one's from to Warren Jones from Dr. Cortez, who spoiler alert, Jasper ended up killing in the previous box. So Warren, per your request, we tested the subject at 5:45 this morning. Upon the start of the test, he was quiet and calm. He began surveying the area from his chair before rising. He then moved to each station and examined each one for roughly 30 minutes at a time. The entire room had been observed. The subject sat back down in his chair and briefly before returning to the first station. He began to disassemble each module using the privileged chit to pry open the casing. He then began to study the inner mechanisms of the modules until he removed the trigger spring from each, neutralizing them. I suppose that's one way to go about the test, but it's the first time I've seen it in 10 years. I recommend we continue the program. So, like, this offers us a little bit more visibility into what this is. Yeah, they're experimenting on people.
They're just, like, observing
behaviors,
like how he
while layering in variants, like, as they said, right? We went back through to 76. Okay, so now they're referring to Cobra 76, not a patient at this point, right? So
the subject.
This was about 81. We went back through to 76, so they backtracked to a different test. So these Cobra numbers must be different tests.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we went back through to 76 with subject. I mean, we're making a lot of speculation right here. We don't know. And discovered that he struggled with the completion of the test. The test was done correctly, single blind, with all the usual parameters in place. Subject could not discern which participant was hiding the gold token and which participants were not. This one involves actual people.
Other people.
Okay. Under these conditions, subject became increasingly hostile. At one point, he stood, knocking over his chair, and he screamed in visible frustration. He then picked up his chair and placed it where it had been before, sat back down, began singing a song. Looking back over the tape, I was able to make out the words. "You went away and left me because you thought you could hurt me, but I got news for you." I don't believe he was threatening me or anyone else. He appeared to be using the music to soothe himself. We should continue to monitor, but I'm curious to see how continued Cobra runs will affect his behavior outside of the modules. So not only are they, like, watching them while they're running these tests and adding all these variants. That's why the pen pal program exists.
Yeah.
How do they behave once they've introduced these stressors and the variables?
So we've talked about Cobra 76 and 84. So this one is
81.
76 or 81. Mm-hmm. So but this is also Cobra 76.
Mm-hmm. And Proctor 34, which we can only assume is Vernon?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because of, what does it say? Something about
the demand of arts and crafts supplies or something. This peculiar instruction included a demand
peculiar.
Peculiar. Whatever. Instruction included a demand that 12279 be given an extra hours in the arts and crafts section of the recreational room. Proctor 34 has been compromised and will be terminated effective immediately. So
yeah, because we got the message about how he wasn't employed anymore.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
He's right here.
Oh.
Oh, wait, is Vernon the replacement?
No, I just might have.
You just jumped ahead on me.
I did. I'm sorry. It's not the same book. I'm sorry. We find that out next week. I'm sorry, guys. I keep a binder. It's on the same place. Forget I said that.
Like, technically, I have it right here. No. Do we want to go and, like, look at it since we have obviously know what's happening?
Like, we can, but it says it right there, like he's being terminated. You know,
all right,
like, it's
fine.
clear.
We'll just skip it. We'll come back to it later. All right. So anyway,
It's
true
spoiler-
ending
spoiler.
is
My
interesting.
bad.
True ending is interesting. That's obviously the name of something.
Like a
Is it okay? Okay. So is it the name of like Penny's situation?
true ending.
Thus implying a lot of different potential things?
Okay, let's read back.
So like
Practice
true
before
ending would be the
initiating
code name for like if you
operation.
imagine it as like if they're run like some sort of military organization and these are considered operations, right? So if you imagine it like operations are going to have code names and like each operation would surround an individual in this case Penny. So the operation surrounding Penny is true ending?
Maybe. But Nick, okay, so Proctor 34 broke protocol and commenced conversing with 12279. Proctor 34 initiated obligation beta, but neglected acquisition of true ending and alternatively relayed information back to their commanding operating. Blah, 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 blah. So
True ending's a thing.
he neglected acquisition of true ending. Is he like is this like a test to try to suss out what actually happened? Like her memory, because like there's two very distinct stories. The one that she told the cops,
Right.
and the
We
cops
know
and
that
she
we
told
know there's a
us.
lie somewhere here. Like,
right.
That's clear.
So like is true ending like their way of like ferreting out what actually happened that day, like accessing her memory in a different way to figure out which story's true or something. I don't know.
Interesting. This letter, this part of the story is interesting to me because this is, I think, what we're going to keep seeing pop up every season until we get some sort of end to it, right? Like we're kind of seeing the same thing across the empty faces boxes in the mountain, and yeah, interesting, and it's cool. I love it. I love it.
It is really cool.
Okay, that's why I love it so much. We spent 20 minutes.
Oh, God, did we? Whoopsies.
So then we have this guy right here.
Yeah.
Did you happen to take a new photo for me of your finished version?
No, but I'll hold it up, and it's really it's obvious.
No, okay, all right. What do you got? So Emily did this a fun way. We didn't actually do any sewing. Emily just did this with a marker, which I think is honestly way smarter and more efficient, since sewing is. I mean, it's fun and it's good skill, but
I know how to cross stitch. It's fine.
So what do you got on the thing?
So we started off in the corner up here, as you can see, and I basically just picked a corner of the page to start with.
Yeah.
And started with one color, and by the time I got to the second color, I was on the orange here.
Yeah.
And realized that I was on the right track. So that's how I finished. And this is where we landed.
Okay, therapy none. Priority 1.
Yeah.
I like your system there too. That's smart.
Thank you.
Good. That's very good.
Figured something would pop out eventually, and it did. So
dig it.
super cool.
All right.
That was meticulous and I mean, not difficult, but like definitely time consuming. I probably spent on what I have filled in here, which is maybe like 10% of the boxes on this page, not even, maybe 5% of the boxes on this page. I spent like 2 hours doing this. It took forever.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But, it was cool. It was like really cool to watch. And I was sending Trey pictures of it too as I was going, like
Accurate.
in different pages. Like, no, look,
Accurate.
there's another word. There's another word.
Accurate. Oh, we jumped around a little bit.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so let me add some notes. Oh, whoa, yo. Whoa, wow, wow.
Whoa. Oh, Jeanette, good point. She said, or they don't want to release her since she's due out in 6 months.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point.
Could be.
Well, that's last week's notes in case we wanted them. Next up on our hit list here, we have some other things we didn't talk about last week when we reviewed the box early. We have this magazine page, SFTDM page, which I have added to a dictionary, but I don't know what it means.
It's
thing?
the manual that defines mental illness.
Okay, this page.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think we actually need to read through this whole thing. It's a technical manual for diagnosing.
I think it's a solution, a key to a puzzle. Key to a puzzle.
It could be. Maybe. I don't know.
All right, interesting.
I didn't see, I read through it and I didn't see any immediate puzzles.
Well, I mean, not in the book, but like something else references it is kind of where I'm thinking. Like it's literally a key to a puzzle. Okay. Excuse me. FSTDM page. We had this magazine page. Did we look at this last time? I feel like we might have looked at this last time. Yeah, this says plan your escape. That's kind of interesting.
Well, and you also had pointed out at one point that the advertisement mentions Thailand, which is also where that postcard comes from.
Yeah,
that we're gonna visit.
This advertisement mentions Thailand. I assume this is the backside of this malpractice magazine article. Did we read this?
No, I don't think we did.
Do we want to read this?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Do you want to read it? You want me to read it?
I'll read it, and I'll let you deal with the postcard. How's that?
Super duper.
All right. The recent trial of Penelope Hartwell, accused of killing her husband, shook our small town and caused a strong divide of opinions. Oh God. The local scandal had some calling for her death. Standing by. Hold on. Let's just take a beat, everybody. Think about how awesome today was because it's Friday, and start again.
There we go.
The local scandal had some calling for the death penalty, convinced of Penny's absolute guilt, while others saw reasonable doubt and protested the lack of evidence. The outcome, however, is what truly baffled those following the trial. Penny was declared not guilty by reason of insanity and sent to a rehabilitation program called Second Chance. That's a little bit more clarity on exactly what Second Chance is. This ruling is what prompted me to write my first article on Penny, published in last month's issue. I interviewed her family, friends, and coworkers in an attempt to find some indication that she was in fact insane. Not one person I talked to could support the claim. Oh God. Were the people in Penny's life turning a blind eye to her mental disease for so many years, or had it never existed in the first place? I'm inclined to believe the latter, and my belief grows stronger still with a shocking recent development. The expert witness in Penny's trial, Dr. Henry Kohler, is having his psychologist license removed. Shouldn't it be psychology? Psychology license reviewed for potential malpractice. Kohler was called by the defense as no, it's probably psychologist, because psychology is a subject of study. Psychologist is a job. Anyway, Kohler was called by the defense as an expert witness to evaluate Penny's mental health. He is the head psychologist at the Listening Friends of America facility in Boise, Idaho, a branch of the same company that runs Second Chance. This fact, and in and of itself, shows a potential conflict of interest. Now that Kohler is under review, how much of his expert evaluation can be trusted? Could he have misdiagnosed Penny? Kohler's malpractice came to light when the Idaho State Board of Psychology received a complaint letter. The letter came from Pamela Hahn. Why is that name familiar? The letter came from Pamela Hahn, who identified as the listening friend of a patient at the LFOA Boise facility. The patient, Martin McKellena, sure. Michelina, sure. Sent one-way correspondence to his listening friend as part of LFOA's unique pen pal program. But because these pen pals are meant to remain anonymous, he never knew Han's identity. Michelina told his story through a series of letters and over time revealed that Kohler misdiagnosed him, leading to a significant emotional distress and trauma. This is when Han became concerned, and with no way to respond to Michelina directly, decided to file a complaint. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to reach him either. The Boise facility manager denied my request to speak with Michelina. Instead, I reached out to Han, and she shared Michelina's letters with me. In his first letters, he wrote, "I suppose I should tell you my story, so you'll know where I'm coming from. I was committed a few weeks ago because I was convicted of murder, but it was in self-defense. I never meant to kill anyone, despite my conviction. LFOA has reassured me that their facility isn't a prison. I'm seeing a psychologist, Dr. Kohler, for counseling. Maybe I'll be let out soon." Pull quote, "No one will listen to me when I tell them Dr. Kohler is wrong." Okay. In his following letters, Michelina became increasingly worried that Dr. Kohler wasn't doing his job properly. Dr. Kohler keeps insinuating that the murder was my fault. He thinks I suffer from impulsive behavior, which stems from an unstable personality. He hasn't done any real tests on me, though. All his questions are just, I don't know. He won't listen to what I'm telling him. After about 6 months in LFOA, Michelina's letters took a dark turn. He wrote, "Dr. Kohler says I have borderline personality disorder. I was just transferred to another section of the facility where they keep the most problematic patients. Before I thought they were going to help me, but now I'm just seen as a crazy person. No one will listen to me when I tell them that Dr. Kohler is wrong. I've tried pleading with the nurses, writing letters to the facility manager, but nothing is working. I don't know what to do." After reading these letters, I share Han's concern and believe her decision to file a complaint was justified. It appears evident that Dr. Kohler misdiagnosed his patient and did not perform his proper duties as a psychologist, and Kohler's evaluation of Penny seems to display a similar tendency. So what does this mean for Penny's future? If Kohler is under review for potential malpractice, will Penny be reevaluated? Could this become a significant factor in the appeals process of the trial? When I reached out to the LFOA for answers, they informed me that Dr. Kohler was no longer in their employment, but made no further comment.
Man, so that lines up real tightly with, I know we didn't actually do this on the stream, but the first section of information we got about the trial in the first box, like the big thick package that we had, there was a transcription.
Just hit me.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. There is a transcription of the conversation between Penny and Dr. Kohler, and it was like very obviously this, like very, very close to the same experience that this dude had,
right,
where he just keeps like pushing, like taking everything that she said completely out of context, and like she seemed to have a really hard time wrapping her head around it. I think she complained about it too. Had a really hard time wrapping her head around like exactly why he was pushing her in the direction that he was pushing her, because it was very clear that he was like trying to control her responses and lead her down a very specific path. But it doesn't really explain why, but it explains that it wasn't just the feeling that I got, and it was indeed intentional.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have this painting from Penny, which has more Morse code in it, very clearly. Mm-hmm. And then we have this postcard that we wanted to look at from Kenny to Penny.
Let me find it here in the little
you
thing.
Look at that.
So it's part of an evidence report. There's a bunch of information that's redacted. The case, the tag number, the person that filed it, the deputy clerk that filed it, it looks like, and then some information down at the bottom, which I'm assuming is probably somebody's signature or name or something. And then Penny's address. But basically, it's just a postcard from Thailand where it looks like Kenny was taking a vacation and says, "To my lucky Penny, wish you were here with me. Thailand is gorgeous. The tour guide even took us up a dormant volcano. How cool is that? Next trip, we go together. Okay, love you lots. Kenny." And
when is this from?
Yeah, I was just looking at you can't really tell. Like, you can't really see the actual dates on the postmark. So, yeah, it looks like they got this in the search of the house, and they had a warrant for it, and it's been put into evidence. So there's that. I
Why?
don't know.
Why?
I mean,
Didn't they mention Kenny's Thailand trip? Didn't Penny mention Kenny's Thailand trip for some reason?
I feel like Penny did, or maybe like the sister said something about it. Angela, is it Angela?
Yeah, Angela.
Yeah, maybe she mentioned it, or I'm not sure. I don't really remember exactly. But yes, it's been brought up before.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. I don't see any immediate puzzles in this. I don't see any immediate puzzles in the FSTDM page or in the article about Henry Kohler.
There was a mention of Gregory, and I think Kenny adored him, so it had to be before he was born.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I guess I asked because it's like, was it before they were married? Why did Kenny go to Thailand by himself?
Right. Like, that seems like a really big vacation to take without your wife.
Right. Or just
so maybe it wasn't his wife.
Yourself.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, I agree. So you want to translate this painting real quick?
Yeah, we should do that.
All right. You got that thing in front of you?
I have the painting in front of me if you want to pull up the Morse code, like, thingy, key thing.
Morse.
You know.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
The thing.
There we go. I'm ready.
Okay, hold up. I gotta, like, find it. It's very... Should I start at the top and go down?
I would do that, and then we'll know if... I mean, either one end or the other, and we'll reverse it if it's weird.
So I have dot, just a single dot.
E.
Are you writing it down?
I am writing it down, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then dot dash dot.
Dot dash dot dot dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dash dot R.
Okay. Dash dash dash.
Dash dash 3 dash O. ERO.
2 dash.
2 dash M. EROM.
Okay, and then I have dot dash dot dot dot.
We're going backwards. That's the word more. Anyway, keep going. So what's after M? The dash dash.
Dot dash dot dot dot. If we're going backwards, they're reading it backwards.
We will be reading it backwards in a minute. Dot dash dot dot dot.
Right.
Dot dash dot dash dot.
Or it possibly could be dot by itself and then dash dot 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 as the next thing.
Wait, what was it before you just changed it? Dot dash dot dot dot?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing with 3 dots on the... Nope.
It's got to be... Then it has to be...
Okay. So is it dot dash dot dot?
No, it's a single dot by itself and then dash dot dot dot. So it would be E and then B.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, keep going.
Okay. And then dot dash dot.
Dot dash dot R. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then the letter E.
E.
And then dot dot dot, which is S.
S.
And then another E.
Okay.
And then dot dot dash, which is U.
U.
And dot dot, which is I.
So,
is that a thing that makes sense?
Reverse the order of the letters and we get I, U, E, S, E, B, E, M, O, R, E. I, U, E. So it's weird there. I use E, B more. I use
E.
Did we miss a word? Was this E supposed to be a D? So it would be go backwards from the end.
From the top where we started?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing is, though, like, I'm reading these, I've read them right now from top to bottom,
All
but
right.
if we're taking the whole other direction on the page, I need to read them in the other direction, so they might be completely different letters.
Second word. Okay. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay,
Let's
so...
read them in the other direction. Why did I get words, though? That's weird. All right.
Well, Jeanette is saying the second word is wrong.
I don't...
So it sounds like we're mostly right, but we maybe screwed it up. Okay, so there's I, and then there's dot dash dot, which is
R.
R, and then dash dash dash.
Oh, this is totally different. Where did you start?
At the top.
Start from the I, which would be the last thing that you read to me before.
No, that was the first thing I read to you before.
That was the last thing
I was
you read
starting.
to me
Yeah, I was starting up here.
before. I have
so
the
there's,
letters in this order. This is what we did the first time. You started with this E, and we went this way. And this is the reversed version.
What the fuck?
What did we do? What
I don't
did
know.
we do?
So let's go in the other direction then. Keep that.
Okay.
Let's go. 'Cause maybe I just don't understand what's going on here.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so if we go backwards from the bottom up, then it's dot dot, which is
Okay, hold on. Jeanette wants me to hold it up again. Across the bottom is what I think is the right order, Jeanette. This middle bit is kind of weird.
Is it? Is that supposed to be I used to be more?
I think
is that
so.
U and P are the only ones wrong.
Well, she might not be able to read my writing.
Oh, it's D. It's probably your D.
Yeah. I actually don't have a D. I thought it was a U. So that's where I was confused. I have U-E-S-E.
I think it's I used to be more. I think that's really what it is.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, there's numbers. We probably missed them. We probably missed something somewhere. But yeah, I used to be more. That makes sense.
I mean, it kind of goes along with the previous painting, which just says I'm Penny. It's like kind of that, you know what I mean? Like it sounds like a continuation of that same thought, maybe.
I'm Penny. I used to be more. No, it's not.
Oh,
You're
it's
close,
not?
though. Yeah, I was just getting there because she said U and P are wrong, and if we only have one U, then it's definitely not the word used.
Okay. All right. Well, how am I reading this wrong then?
Let's just start again. So give me. So look at the thing, and start at the other end of the phrase, but don't read it backwards because there's spaces, right? Where's the thing?
So I'm up on.
Yeah, there's spaces. So your first one would actually be dot dot dash dot dot. The second one would be dot, then dot dot dot, then dot, and then dot dash dot, and then dot dash dot dot dot. Oh, you're right. That is a weird one. That is not a thing on this Morse code sheet.
I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. So
you're not doing anything wrong. What? Dot dash dot dot dot. I'm right here. Are you following where I'm at? I'm here. Dot dash.
no,
dot, dot.
no, it's above that. The issue that because I mean the whole rest of the phrase makes sense except for that weird USE whatever.
But this
However
isn't a
it
thing
is.
right here. Dot dash
No,
dot dot dot. Isn't a thing. Yeah, I got you. But this doesn't make any sense. That's not.
So what did I end up breaking it into? It wasn't. It was just dot and then dash dot dot dot. Right?
Maybe. This is riveting. Oh, wait, here's, oh. Continental Morse code is different.
That's
what the
weird.
crap? What's, dot is, what? Why would you develop 3 versions?
Why are you so angry about it?
Because this is just how the world does things with all the things, and it just makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, here's more. Here's another chart. What's this one got? So, what was it? It's dot, dash, dot, right? Dot, dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, dot, dash. Here it is. Punctuation. It's an ampersand. What? What?
Really? And
Makes sense. It's alone. Because it looks like this first part up here. Sorry, I'm about to write on my monitor. This first part, it looks like is a word, right?
well, it's like 2 words, I think, because there's like a.
And then.
I guess it could be 1 word, yeah.
And then it breaks and then goes to this ampersand. And then whatever this is. I don't think you guys can see that bottom bit. There's more down here.
What do you have? Let me see that card again. It's got to be. So Jeanette says the second word is wrong. U and P are the only ones wrong. So, like, we did it right. We just messed up the translation.
That also confuses me because P is not on this. I didn't write a P on this card.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out, like, what.
Okay, that helps. ESR.
Oh, am I just, like, missing stuff?
ES.
Blank. So blank ESER blank E. Okay. All right, hold on.
Huh.
Can you go back to the Morse code thingy?
Translator.
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
I don't know yet. I kind of just want to like do it over.
Yeah, okay. Let's start over. I got a new card.
Yeah.
Let's start over.
Okay.
Do we want to use the standard chart or we want to go back down to the one at the bottom that seems to have some extended stuff on it?
I think it's
this is the International Morse code chart. So
yeah.
Technically we're using this guy.
Okay. Maybe we should use American?
Maybe.
There's...
This is what we used. This is the one we used last time and it translated.
Yeah, let's use this.
Okay.
Let's use this. Fine. So, I see a dot way up at the top.
Yes, that dot looks by itself.
Okay, so we have dot and then dot dash dot. So E and then...
Then what was the next thing? Sorry.
Dot dash dot.
What the heck? Oh, R.
Is that not a thing?
R.
Oh, yeah, okay.
ER.
And then dash dash dash.
Dash dash dash.
O.
Oh, okay. So far this lines up with what we got before.
And dash dash, which is M.
Okay. And to me, this is more backwards. But anyway.
Sure. And then we move on to the bottom section, and there's the weird dot dash dot dot dot, which we think is
dot dash dot dot dot.
Yeah.
Which according to this, let's go down here. Hold on. Okay, here. Dot dash dot dot dot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. So
what?
She says we're combining two letters, which
Where?
means that this is because this is like there's like a little space between the first dot and the dash. So it's to me that says E.
Oh,
and
that
then
is
dot,
stupid
or dash
subtle.
dot dot is.
So it's E,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then dash dot dot dot, which is
I don't know.
What was it? Dash dot dot dot. Sorry, I knew what it was. I just needed to say it to myself. B, E B.
D.
Wait,
Yep,
we had that.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Well,
Go back to this thing. 3 dots. Yeah, no, we had that before. All right, carry on.
okay, and then next would be dot dash dot.
Dot dash dot.
Mm-hmm.
R again.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Okay.
Well, let me start a new line.
And then
R. Okay.
and then E, because it's just a dot by itself.
E.
And then 3 dots, which is S.
S.
And then a single dot, which is E.
E. Yep.
And then dot dot dash, which is U.
Okay.
And then dot dot, which is I. I feel like we came out with the same thing.
We came out with the exact same thing.
Okay. Do we need to like scramble it or unscramble it? Why is this so elusive? Like, no scrambles. Okay. All right. Man, I don't know. I really can't figure out what we're doing wrong.
I'm staring at it real hard. I'm just holding it up for everybody else to stare at it with me.
Yeah. Jeanette, can you tell us if we're like missing, like, are we missing letters or are we just getting them wrong? Like, I want to make sure that I'm not like missing some Morse code in here that I didn't see. It's very, very dark.
It's like the word, it's like I something B more. Oh.
You're getting them wrong. Okay, so are we using the right key? Or is it like a different kind of Morse code? Okay. Okay, so apparently they're just put together in a different way.
Okay.
All right.
I guess we shouldn't have expected this to be exactly like the last one.
No. I have an idea.
They're close. It's hard to read.
Why don't we go from the bottom up? Because some of these letters are going to be the same. Like anything with 2 dots is just 2 dots either way you read it. I think we're doing the thing backwards. That's why. Like we're doing it all together backwards.
So sometimes we mash up the wrong combinations, but that's why some of the letters make sense and some of the letters don't.
That's why most of the letters make sense and some of the letters don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do it backwards.
All right.
So 2 dots. Oh, I need the thingy.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
2 dots.
So 2 dots is I.
Okay. That lines up.
This is so obvious. Shit, I'm an idiot. Okay. Dash dot dot.
What?
Which
I'm confused about D. Okay.
Yeah, because we're going. That's D.
Yep.
Okay. And then E is E regardless. And then 3 dots is 3 dots, which is S. And then E again. and then dash dat dot or dash dat.
It's gonna be an
Oh,
R probably.
wow. Yeah,
Probably gonna
it
be
is.
an R.
I can't say the words. That's fine. And then
Give me a V.
dot
give me
dash
a V. Give me a V.
is V. What is it? Sorry, I wasn't
Deserve.
paying attention.
The next letter's E.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then more is the same either way.
Right.
I deserve more.
I deserve more.
Oh, Penny. Penny, you do deserve more. We super are idiots, and we were just doing the thing backwards. We knew we were doing it backwards.
We knew we were doing it.
We
We didn't even think about how that affected the actual backwardsness of the thing.
Okay.
So really, what you all just witnessed for approximately 15 minutes was two idiots realize that the order of Morse code matters.
Yeah, it does. I think I mentioned it when we started doing
you
this.
You did, and I was like, well, let's see if it makes sense. This is partly my fault. So I was like, yeah, let's see if it makes sense, and then it kind of made sense. So I was like, no, this has to be right? Like,
yeah.
I even at one point was like, oh, but the words are backwards.
Yeah, I know. I feel really stupid right now.
Right?
Thanks, Jeanette. Couldn't have done it without you.
I actually really appreciate that you let us struggle that hard knowing exactly what we did wrong. Thank you.
Yep.
God damn. I've not hated myself so much and felt so good about it in a long time.
I'm glad that we did that though. That's great. So that was
Did you watch that? All right.
No.
Moving on. Hey, look, a pig. He's cute.
Piggy.
So we have this is why we have an outline, because this happens. So we did all that stuff. We figured out the painting, right? Mm-hmm. Which is there. Penny's letter, something about high fives, and 7166's letter. Let's start with Penny's letter, or do you want to start with 7166's letter? Your call.
I kind of want to start with the dude's letter. Just because I read it over when I was making that little outline of the things that we should do, and I didn't even know where to start.
High five, buddy.
High five, buddy.
All right.
So high five, buddy. Did you know that I lost my way earlier? I think we actually read through all of this.
We did read through this
again, but it does not make any sense. I guess what I wanted to know is, do you see any obvious puzzles in this that we need to solve? Or because to me it seems like a lot of gibberish. I do not know what homie is talking about at all.
Is cookie milk a thing, or is that just a misspeak? What is Google cookie milk? That's a weird sentence. I mean, I know cookies and milk, it's a thing, they go together or whatever. But
cookie milk. Okay, so milk and cookie shots, sugar cookie milk, but it's like a eggnog basically.
Okay. So I put them in their pocket though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, this is weird.
I think I read it yesterday. I was getting a cookie milk. I had a cookie and I was getting the cookie milk so I could have milk.
I don't think it's supposed to make sense. I think it's code.
Until someone came around and said
this is coded. Think of it like thieves can, right?
Sure,
or what's the language? The Cockney, where they're literally just replacing words with. Maybe it's fucking Cockney. What would cookie milk be?
I don't know.
I don't either. We're gonna need a British person. It'll be our first solution guest.
Why we are buddies now? You, me, getting along. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see anything.
But it's the thing that makes me say that is the way that he continues on is the worst part was counting the numbers of lost chocolate chips in each one.
Right.
Although on the upside, I saw their form in the hall recently. That means that their future is split. It's it's literally like misspeak, like thieves can. It's very intense, like coded speak.
Yeah. It's very weird. Yeah, it's very weird. So I think
5.
our next stop
Wait.
is
Ooh.
Hmm. High five. Oh, is it like another counting thing?
But what are we counting inside of?
Words.
But
His own. So if we start counting, what was it the last time? Every whatever word, or was that a different? Was that?
Literally every
I don't know.
5th.
Yeah, I don't remember what puzzles belong to which puzzle boxes, but yeah.
First one is I.
Okay. So do you want to start writing, or do you want me to write?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Do you count the one that it was?
No.
So if it was I, do I count I again when I start counting?
No, I would count lost as one.
Hope. I hope.
1, 2, 3, 4. You. 1, 2, 3, 4. R. Yep.
R.
1, 2, 3, 4. Getting.
Getting.
Someone.
Someone.
2.
2.
Put.
Put.
Hold on, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numbers in
order. Taught me it's order.
The
Damn it. The
2, 3, 4. Form. The fucking
form.
thing.
Yeah.
I just got very excited. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That
3,
4 is the only way
oh my god,
you are getting
out
of
here. I hope you are getting someone to put the numbers in the form. That is the only way you're getting out of here.
Jeanette, you like save our ass every week. I didn't like know that there was a puzzle here.
I mean, there's obviously, yeah.
Thank you.
What the crap? Who is this dude? And like numbers.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, Jeanette, I agree.
Why is that familiar?
Why is that?
Who said escape?
It's on the back.
Someone said it's a single letter or a single word note that said escape.
Yeah, it's the back. It's the advertisement for the travel company on the back of the magazine, dude.
Well, that feels less climactic.
Oh, it's right there. I mean,
Hold on.
you know
Hold on.
what? Oh, Lordy, sorry.
Nope, felt better.
Hmm?
I was counting more words again.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where's her letter?
Benny?
Yeah. Didn't she say something weird about numbers recently?
I don't know. let's check out. There was like weird shit. What did I put in the notes? Something about ellipses. There was a bunch of 2-dot ellipses.
Yeah, right.
Ellipsis is whatever. High five. The thing about Kohler is that he sure is nice.
There's another message here.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's high five and then a colon. And then the thing about Kohler is that he sure is nice. Yeah.
Count.
5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kohler.
Okay, hold on. Kohler
Is listening.
Is listening. Okay.
Friends. Hired. Psych. Enforcement. Help. It's not making sense. Is it making sense still?
No, it is. Hired, psych, enforcement, help.
1, 2, 3, 4. Me. Use. Vernon's, like possessive.
Okay.
Form. Ahaha.
Form.
That's it. Did that make sense?
Yeah. Kohler's listening friends hired psych enforcement. Help me use Vernon's form. It's a request for very specific help.
Kohler is
From
listening.
2 people, in fact.
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine him being like a tough guy, but he was a psychologist, tough guy. Like the same way someone would say hired gun, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
All right. Okay. Well.
Or like a play on like the words law enforcement.
Sure. Yeah. What was wasn't there another note about this letter? There's something else weird about this letter. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. 2-dot ellipsis, cross-stitch pattern versus numbers versus letters. Oh, I think we brought that up.
Yeah.
We brought that up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Where did that go? Fuck.
So most of them, 4 of them, it looks like, are all letters, and then 2 of them are numbers, but they're different formats. Like one has.
I hope you're getting someone to put the numbers in the form. That's the only way we're getting out of here. The numbers are for the form.
Oh, for the.
I don't know where or what, but that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go and look and see where they could go.
I mean, that's a lot. I don't have the thing. Do you know what the thing is? We'll deal with it later.
LFOA.
We'll deal with it later. We'll come back to that next week, I think, as we are running up on our time. But yeah, I think that makes sense. One of these has a hyphen in it, which reminds me of like a case or an ID number of some kind. Who knows what the hell that is?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Shit, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll mess with that maybe off stream a little bit and see what I can come up with. What else was there anything else that we needed to cover on this box? Or on this episode?
No, Jeanette, we do know that, yeah, these are the colors we use in the cross stitch. We know that. But we noticed last week when we were playing that, like, if you look at these, like, some of the colors are all letters, like a proper hex code would be. Like, if this was a system of colors, they would all be uniform in format, right? So it would be all capital letters for every one of these colors. But 2 of these colors are just numbers.
Denoted by numbers, and one of them has a dash.
And one of them has a dash in it, which is odd. Yeah. That's why we're talking about that. Just so you have a little more context about why we're talking about these numbers.
Somewhere in that form, I'm assuming. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Good to know.
We had 2 messages saying we had to enter numbers. That's because that's my next question, right? Is like, what numbers?
What other numbers? Yeah. We can mess with those. We'll see if it does anything cool. If not.
And we still don't know what this is for.
I've messed with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't think anything specific. I think maybe we're just like meant to have it for later. Maybe it's like more of the information that we got in the first box, or it's just like a ton of.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Interesting.
Yeah. So.
All right. Sorry, I started looking down at what's coming up next. There's some interesting documents down here. Huh. All right. So we'll see all that and more next week on The Solution. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think that's actually probably what's going to happen. I think we'll finish up what we need to finish up, and we'll talk about the stuff we did off stream.
We solved way more than I thought we would. We solved 2 puzzles here just in the last, 20 minutes, right? So, we're doing all right. Other than it looks like I wrote the word horror here.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week, and we'll just finish up kind of talking about the stuff that I'm going to take care of off stream that I'm not going to make you guys watch.
Yeah, and we'll get into box 4. We'll finish up.
And then we'll go through box 4.
Yeah, we'll show you. We'll show you where we land with the form. Like, what will probably happen is Emily and I will probably fill it out just before we go live, and then we'll show you what happened with the form. Because we showed you the form a couple times now, where you just the green boxes turn green as you fill in the right information, and we know we're collecting information to fill out that form. So, yeah. Cool. This was The Solution. I'm Trey. Emily. We'll be back next Friday, as Emily just said. We'll be back on Monday doing The Solution After Dark, which is another version of this where we do the Empty Faces box. Literally the same show, different content. It's fun. We enjoy this. So it's great, right? And then on Sunday this week, we're having D&D, right? Sunday D&D?
Mm-hmm.
We're not. Yeah, we are. Sunday D&D this week. We're doing Attack of Opportunity D&D. It's going to be fun. I think what's happening, because we skipped last week for that too, I think what's happening is Ellie's missing, right? And you guys started off down a cave, but decided to turn around, and before you decided to turn around, you heard a noise. Weird things are happening. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Weird things are happening. You
guys should come and apparently learn this story as I learn it, because I forget it from week to week. And
well, it's been 2 weeks, to be fair.
We'll have fun though. It'll be a good time. We'll roll some dice. We'll kill some shit. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Good time.
All right, and with that, we will leave you, good friends. It was wonderful being here with you today on The Solution, and we will see you next week. Bye.